Plane skidding off an icy taxiway. Winter alerts extending into tomorrow's rush. And now a new storm moving in from the west. French Quarter shootings, violence and confusion near the corner of Bourbon Street. New Orleans police just feet away at the time. At least 10 people wounded. Now, the hunt for the gunman. Accused killers escape. 4 teens on the run from a juvenile detention center. 2 accused of murder, where they may have been seen. The London Bridge attack. New images of the heroes who took a convicted terrorist down as we learn more about the 2 people he killed and the furor over why he was on the streets at all. The new cartel attack, just 40 miles from the U.S. border. The city hall riddled with bullets as President Trump threatens to designate Mexican cartels as foreign terror groups. Home explosion, the massive blast rocking a neighborhood, destroying this home, what investigators think happened. And new Cyber Monday deals. After a record-breaking Black Friday, the online holiday deals you don't want to miss, and the one thing you may want to buy tomorrow.
From ABC News, this is ABC World News Tonight.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday. I'm Tom Yamas. And we begin with that treacherous travel for millions of Americans returning from the Thanksgiving holiday as a major winter storm barrels east. Blizzard conditions, look at this, across the upper plains. Cars needed to be pulled out of the snow drifts in Wiggins, Colorado. In Fargo, North Dakota, this pickup truck spinning backwards in heavy snow on Interstate 94. And this car, look at that, skidding under a tractor trailer on an icy road in Niagara, New York. The New York National Guard now on standby tonight. A plane sliding off a taxiway in Buffalo, its wheels stuck, more than 5,000 flights canceled or delayed just today. The system claiming at least 11 lives, including 2 children in a vehicle washed away on a flooded Arizona road. 1 child is still missing. And tonight, a new storm is slamming the coast in the west. ABC's Alex Perez starts us off in Chicago.
Tonight, a major storm marching towards the northeast, turning deadly, slamming tens of millions of people, forcing delays on what's expected to be the busiest air travel day ever in the U.S. In Buffalo, this jet sliding off an icy taxiway. The roof of this car nearly sheared off after crashing into a truck in icy conditions in Niagara Falls. Albany is in the bullseye of the storm, expecting more than a foot of snow. ABC's Stephanie Ramos is there.
Millions of people are expected to hit the road today. Here in Albany, New York, conditions continue to worsen as the roads ice over. Governor Cuomo placing the National Guard on standby as the storm moves through the northeast.
Heavy snow also blasting the upper Midwest. In North Dakota, vehicles are skidding off the highways. Whiteout conditions making it difficult for drivers to see. Snowplows struggling to keep roads clear. Extreme blizzard conditions in South Dakota. A plane carrying 12 people on a Thanksgiving hunting trip crashing shortly after takeoff, killing 9 people, including 2 prominent Idaho businessmen, 2 children, and the pilot. This massive storm first hitting the west. A desperate search underway in Arizona for a little girl. She and her family swept away in a vehicle Friday by raging floodwaters. 2 other children died. More than 20 inches of snow burying parts of Minnesota, stranded cars littering the streets and highways. This truck skidding dangerously on the road. Airports across the country reporting nearly 5,000 delays and more than 1,000 cancellations.
The lines are longer, 2 miles of just complete standstill traffic before getting to the terminal itself.
So trouble just getting to the airport. Alex Perez joins us now live at Chicago's O'Hare. And Alex, airlines are already offering passengers options if their flights are impacted by the storms?
Yeah, that's right, Tom. Airlines are offering waivers for those who need to change their flights. The holiday weekend is wrapping up, but the travel headaches will linger with this storm now moving to the busy northeast corridor. Tom?
Alex Perez leading us off tonight, and this storm continues overnight and into tomorrow. Meteorologist Cheryl Scott from our Chicago station WLS tracking it all from along the West Side Highway here in New York City. Cheryl, we can see that weather and the traffic building there behind you.
Yes, good evening, Tom. It is a cold, heavy rain falling here in the city, already making slick travel, but downright dangerous travel expectations expected in parts of New England and also the north and east because of this heavy snow and rain that's going to cause so many issues. And as of right now, from Philadelphia up to New York, a winter weather advisory has been issued for Monday because the rain that's falling right now, that's going to transition over to snow, and that's really going to make a mess for the Monday evening commute here in the city along I-95. You can see that cold air funneling in behind this low, but interior locations west of I-95 into parts of Albany, New York, into western Massachusetts, that's where the heaviest snow will be falling and be picked up. We're looking at upwards of 12 inches of snow locally, especially in the higher elevations. Along the California coast, also getting hammered with another powerful storm with extremely heavy rain, mudslides, and mountain snow expected here. Back to you, Tom.
All right, Cheryl, great to have you with us this weekend. Thank you for that. Now to the mass shootings in New Orleans, the chaos breaking out at the entrance to the French Quarter, crowded with college football fans this holiday weekend. Extra police were there on the scene when the shots rang out. When the firing stopped, 10 people were wounded. Now the hunt to determine who fired those shots. Here's ABC's Victor Oquendo.
Tonight, an investigation underway in New Orleans after a mass shooting near the French Quarter.
At Charters and Canal, we're going to need EMS here as well.
Tens of thousands of people were in town for the Bayou Classic football game between Grambling and Southern universities. Additional officers only feet away when they heard the first shots on Canal Street near Bourbon.
They were right there when it occurred. They were under the impression that they may have been fired upon.
Officers swarming the scene within seconds, finding victims on the ground. 10 people taken to local hospitals, 2 listed in critical condition, 1 shot in the chest, the other in the torso. Police taking a person of interest into custody near the scene.
We do not know if this individual have any involvement in this incident as of right now, but we're still investigating.
Tonight, the mayor of New Orleans issuing a statement calling the shootings an ugly disruption of an otherwise beautiful holiday weekend, adding that the tragedy will not define us.
All right, Victor Oquendo joins us now live near the scene in New Orleans, and police say they have a person of interest in custody. And Victor, this isn't the first time police have dealt with this type of violence after this annual college football game.
Tom, an almost identical scene 3 years ago. 10 people were shot here on Canal Street after the Bayou Classic, the Sunday after Thanksgiving. Tonight, police are reviewing surveillance video and offering a reward for any information. Tom?
Victor, thank you for that. Now to the urgent hunt for 4 teenagers who escaped from a juvenile detention center in Nashville. 2 of them are accused of murder. They slipped away when their supervisor was distracted by a fight, and they had a 35-minute lead before police were told they were gone. Here's ABC's Zachary Quiche.
4 teenage inmates are on the run tonight. 2 of them are waiting trial for murder. Tennessee police calling all of them dangerous. The boys escaping Saturday night around 9:45 from a juvenile detention center in downtown Nashville. 16-year-old escapee Decorius Wright was charged in the February killing of local musician Kyle Yorletz. And 17-year-old Morris Marsh was allegedly involved in the murder of this man, Charles Easley, back in April. The 2 other teens, 17-year-old Brandon Carruthers and 16-year-old Calvin Howes, face armed robbery charges. Police say the 4 were on work detail when their supervisor left to deal with a fight. The boys then got onto an elevator and fled the facility on foot.
Tom, Nashville police say that at least 35 minutes passed before they were notified. Tom?
Zachary, thank you. Overseas tonight, there are new images of the heroic takedown on the London Bridge. Heroes stepping up with makeshift weapons to stop a knife-wielding convicted terrorist who killed 2 people. You see that confrontation right there. Tragically, the 2 people that were killed were committed to prison reform, while there are troubling questions about why the attackers early released from prison. ABC senior foreign correspondent Ian Pannell is in London.
Tonight, tales of heroism emerging in the terror attack on London Bridge. This video showing people fighting back with anything they could get their hands on.
They used fire extinguishers, they used chairs, they used these narwhal tusks ripped off the wall in the heat of the moment. I'm proud to know them.
The 2 dead, now identified as 25-year-old Jack Merritt, working in the justice system. His family saying he always took the side of the underdog. And 23-year-old Saskia Jones, also a graduate of Cambridge. Her family saying she saw the best in all people.
This is an attack on our community in many ways, and it was intended as such.
The attacker, Usman Khan, was killed by police at the scene. The authorities say he had ties with al-Qaeda and was recently released from prison, serving half of a 16-year sentence. In this BBC interview from 2008, Khan denied he was an extremist.
These labels, what they're putting on, like terrorist, this, that, they will know I know terrorist.
Khan was one of 75 convicted terrorists freed early. Now, Prime Minister Boris Johnson calling the laws allowing for this early release ridiculous and repulsive.
They are being properly invigilated so to ensure there is no threat.
Tonight, services held for the victims of the attacks, while 2 others remain in hospital.
All right, Ian Pannell joins us now live from the London Bridge. Ian, authorities have announced an additional arrest from that list of 75 convicted terrorists that were released early.
Yeah, that's right. One man is now in custody, a 34-year-old man arrested on suspicion of preparation of terrorist attacks, although police are stressing that it wasn't in connection with the attack here at London Bridge on Friday, but there is now growing pressure here in Britain to review sentencing guidelines. Tom?
Ian Pannell for us tonight. Ian, thank you. Now to the race for 2020. The first contest in Iowa just 9 weeks away, and Joe Biden fighting to regain momentum, kicking off an 18-day no malarkey bus tour of the Hawkeye State, while a surging Pete Buttigieg is fending off an attack from the party's progressive wing. ABC's Eva Pilgrim tonight on the campaign trail from Des Moines.
With just 64 days until the Iowa caucus, Democrats are blitzing the state.
They're probably scaring all the customers out.
Former Vice President Joe Biden kicking off an 8-day, 18-county, 800-mile road trip across the state that he's calling, in Biden fashion, the No Malarkey Bus Tour.
We're going the last 2 months here. We're getting down to the stretch. And the time to, as they say in Iowa, the time to peak is right about now.
While Biden leads in most national polls, the latest state polling in Iowa shows competition at the top, with Mayor Pete Buttigieg surging. And voters here are being inundated with the candidates' pitches.
I'm Joe Biden.
I'm Andrew Yang.
Over 5,000 ads airing just this week, including this Buttigieg ad about his plan limiting tuition-free college.
There are some voices saying, well, that doesn't count unless you go even further, unless it's free even for the kids of millionaires.
The ad drawing criticism from progressives, showing the party divide.
We want all our kids to see public education as a really first-rate alternative.
While campaigning here too, Senator Kamala Harris presenting herself as a choice to beat President Trump. The New York Times reports her campaign is in turmoil, obtaining a resignation letter from a top Harris aide who wrote, "This is my 3rd presidential campaign, and I have never seen an organization treat its staff so poorly." That aide, according to the Times, jumping onto Mayor Michael Bloomberg's team.
All right, Eva joins us now from the campaign trail. Eva, it's still a crowded field of Democratic hopefuls, 17 candidates battling it out. And tonight, signs, though, that group could be getting smaller?
That's right, Tom. We are starting to see some separation tonight. With less than 2 weeks to qualify, just 6 of the 17 candidates has made the cut for the next debate. Tom?
All right, Eva, thank you for that. The impeachment showdown enters a new stage this week, from the House Intelligence Committee to the Judiciary Committee, which will begin public hearings on Wednesday. The president has a right to defend himself. Will he take part or boycott it altogether? Here's ABC's Rachel Scott.
Tonight, with the impeachment inquiry set to enter the next phase, the White House missing a key deadline, ignoring a letter from the Judiciary Committee inviting the president and his representatives to participate in the committee's first public hearing. President Trump has labeled the whole process a sham.
This impeachment hoax.
The deranged impeachment witch hunt for doing nothing wrong.
People don't want anything to do with impeachment. It's a phony scam. It's a hoax.
And criticized the committee for proceeding while he'll be overseas. The president tweeting, "I will be representing our country in London at NATO, while the Democrats are holding the most ridiculous impeachment hearings in history." Republicans have blasted the impeachment process, saying Democrats have denied the president due process. Tonight, committee members on both sides of the aisle saying the opportunity to participate in the hearing would benefit the White House.
I think it would be to the president's advantage to have his attorneys there. That is his right.
If he has not done anything wrong, we're certainly anxious to hear his explanation of that.
At the heart of the inquiry, whether the president abused his office for political gain, leveraging military aid for investigations into his political rivals. After 2 weeks of televised hearings, House Intelligence Chairman Adam Schiff is preparing to turn over his committee's final report that he says will reveal a fact pattern that is overwhelming, unchallenged, and damning. And as the House Judiciary Committee considers drafting articles of impeachment, the White House faces another key deadline. They have until Friday to decide if they will participate in these hearings at all. Tom?
Rachel Scott with that look ahead next week. Rachel, thank you. Next to a deadly gun battle in Mexico, about an hour south of the U.S. border.